Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and PSG have defeated Arsenal 1-0 in the first leg of their UEFA Champions League semi-final at the Emirates, and they take a giant step towards the final of the competition. It was quite an interesting game, if I'm being very honest with you, and reviewing this game as an Arsenal fan is quite hard because it was a weird experience, if I'm being very honest with you. The game started. I know that the atmosphere was really good, that the fans were up for it, and it was a really a good feeling at the stadium. But I think PSG went away and they sucker punches, like the way they scored their first goal. I think that basically took everything out of the supporters. It felt like that they shocked Arsenal, if I'm being very honest with you. The moment they scored that goal, you could feel the energy getting drained from the entire stadium, and it was a weird thing, if I'm being very honest with you. I really did not expect this to happen. Even if we consider, I did not expect the fans to be so silent. I'll be very honest, I don't really criticize the fans that much, but I felt like after considering that goal, the fans really became silent, that the atmosphere just completely died down, and it was quite a weird thing because it's just like 4 minutes into the game. If we speak about the goal, I think it was I said in my preview, I said that the game would be decided on the flanks. I said the flanks are going to be important for both of the sides. The main threats for both of the sides, it's going to come through the flanks, and it happened as well. From the left hand side, Kvaratskhelia, he's the one, he baits Martin Skelly. He does not. I think this is one of those things where they put Arsenal under pressure. That the wingers, PSG's wingers were really wide, so Skelly had to go there, and Rice had to be the backup. That left quite a lot of spaces in the midfield for PSG to go ahead and take the shot, and that's what did. You see, Rice knows that Dembele is behind him, but he sees that Skelly is under a lot of pressure. He's not able to win the one-on-one, so he tries to go and help him, and that's what Kvaratskhelia needed. He passes it to Dembele, and Dembele scores that goal. And you just know when luck is not on your side. It goes through like 5 or 6 players, and then it hits the goalpost, and then it goes in. Any other day the ball could have easily gone wide, a player's foot would have come in, so many things would have happened, but of course it had to be PSG's day, and they scored the goal. Ousmane Dembele, 25th goal in 2025, since January. That is 25th goal. I mean, what a season this guy, what a turnaround. Just to imagine, this guy was not in the squad. Enrique did not bring him in the game when PSG visited early on in the season, and now he's like the main guy. He's the one leading them to the League One or glory. Has already done that. Now he's leading them to Champions League glory as well. So that was a really good story, and I would say that the first 25 to 30 minutes they completely dominated us. PSG were far superior. Arsenal were not really able to handle the game. The way that PSG were pressing, Arsenal could not contain it, and the big problem, I would say, like we knew it was going to be a big blow. Thomas Partey in that midfield, I mean, that really disrupted the system because Partey was not there. You had to play Rice there, and Marino had to come back, and Odegaard was there, and Trossard up front, it did not work. That Araya could not play that long ball because Trossard unfortunately was not able to handle the ball. He was not able to control the ball. I think that was a big miss for Arsenal. Thomas Partey not playing. I would be very honest that in the midfield, I think in the first half especially, nothing really happened in the midfield. I don't think any of the midfielders from both the sides shined it through. I think the game just went through the flanks, and you could see the difference being created from those sides, from both of the side. You had Kvaratskhelia from this side, you had Saka here, you had Martinelli had that big chance, and Martin Skelly, I mean, what a talent that guy is. Keeps on showing how much of a talented player he is. The way he controls, he was one of the few players who came into the midfield, who pressed PSG, and who tried to create chances for Arsenal, and that's how we got the first chance for Gabby Martinelli. And as much as I love Martinelli, you have to score. You are in a semi-final of the Champions League. You are not gonna get that many chances, and when you get chance, especially at your home, and when you are behind, you need to take those chances. Unfortunately, he does not take that chance, and Donnarumma makes the save as well. It was a good save, but I would still say, the level, the level of the goalkeeper that Donnarumma is, you expect him to make that save. Let's be very honest. I think it was quite a weak shot from Gabby Martinelli in that first half. Second half comes in. I think Arsenal were much better in that second half. That's why I said it was quite a weird game, because in the first 25 to 30 minutes of the first half, it was completely dominated by PSG. Arsenal came back in the last 10 to 15 minutes. The second half starts, and the first 20-25 minutes, Arsenal dominated quite a lot. We score a goal. Mikel Merino heads it in. Amazing delivery by Declan Rice. It gets called offside. Then we have another big chance courtesy of Leandro Trossard. Rice is the one who picks him out. And then again, Donnarumma. I mean, that was some spectacular save. That is why he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the moment. And the way that he's leading PSG as well. We missed that chance as well. As I said before, you need to take those chances in these big games. We don't take that chance, but as I say, in the second half, the first 25 to 30 minutes, Arsenal were the dominant side. PSG, they had to contain. They realized that the second half, Arsenal have been better. The pressing was much better in that second half, I'm being very honest with you. But I would say that PSG never really tried. They sat back, they absorbed the pressure. They let Arsenal have the ball in the early stages of the game, and then in the dying moments, they came back and they had 2 or 3 big chances where they messed up. If Barcola had a big chance, he messed up. Ramos had a chance as well. They could have easily finished the game and put the tie to bed, but unfortunately for them, they were not able to finish those chances. And I think Arsenal should consider them a lot, quite lucky that PSG did not have their finishing boots on, especially in that second half. Because this game could have easily, like we finished Real Madrid in the first act 3-0, PSG could have done the same to us at our backyard as well. But luckily for us, the game still finishes 1-0, and we have a chance next week. I am seeing a lot of negativity on social media. Of course, you expect this. You have fans that who are who react too quickly, or who forget everything that has happened previously. I think it was a good game of football from both sides. I think PSG were the better side. I think they deserve to win tonight. But I don't see what's the reason to panic here. We had one of our most important players not playing. We already have a very thin score. Like people, I don't really want to question. I point out players, but Martin Odegaard, he needs to step up. I mean, he was absolutely useless in that game. He has been for a lot of time this season. He has not performed. But last night, I mean, he was absolutely dreadful. Our midfield, I'll be very honest, they were non-existent. Our only goal scoring threat was Bukayo Saka, and we have been saying this for so long. I said that there was a couple of changes that needed to be made, but the changes were left for quite late, if I'm being very honest with you. But I sort of agree, understand Arteta's situation as well, because he doesn't really have any players on the bench, and that's another discussion that we can have all day long. But for tonight's game, I think PSG deserve to win the game, but I don't see the I don't want to hit the panic button right now. And as Thierry Henry said himself, like, there's still second leg, and we are going to have party back. We are going to have that system that has worked for us quite well. We are going to have all of that situation back as well. It was quite a physical game as well, which we expected. It was quite an entertaining game. If you are a neutral, I would say you would have enjoyed that game. Even as an Arsenal fan, even though we lost, I still thought that it was quite an entertaining game. And again, I would say, unfortunately, the team that deserved to win the game, they won the game, and we were not able to take our chances. In the second leg, I would say, and the funny thing is that we can say is, do what you did in this game as well. Nothing really has to change, if I'm being very honest with you. We just need to get party back, and we are going to have that balance that we did not have tonight. And I still think we can go ahead and get the job done. Like, we still have this squad. I still think these players are going to get the job done, in my opinion. I went for a 2-1 win in the first leg, so I'm a bit disappointed. I said it in my preview as well. I said that none of those 2 legs are going to end up nil-nil. We are going to see goals in both of these games, and it happened as well. It could easily have been quite an entertaining high scoring game as well, but it ended up being a 1-0, and I still think Arsenal have a big chance. PSG are going to be the favorites. They have the lead. It's their home stadium and whatnot. And funnily enough, now we are the ones, gunning for the remontada and whatnot. But yeah, quite an interesting game, quite an entertaining game, but a disappointing night for Arsenal and a massive win for PSG. That is it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys hate of Arsenal's performance. And do you think Arsenal have a chance of making a comeback? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.